Well, students, friends of BSc 6th semester, I'm here today again to discuss in absence of you regarding C language. Yet we have to begin, we have to start our actual syllabus. The point here is, other day, in earlier video you can say, I have started discussing the basic structure of a C program. When you look at a C program, what are the components contained or parts of a C program? Every programming language here, you take any programming language, not only C, every programming language have its own coding format. Means writing a program in a proper format is its structure. So here the basic structure of a C program we are discussing. What are the components? What are the parts of a C program here? So the main components of C program I have written here on this side. C, main components of C program. This is one dot. I have written the main and two brackets here, parenthesis left and right. Without empty parenthesis here, nothing is written, nothing is, no punctuation. This is one component and it is a main component. Pair of curly braces, I'll draw it here. Pair of curly braces, just a minute. Okay, this is declaration and statement parts, and say user defined function. These are the main components or main parts of any C program. Today we'll discuss this in detail. If you are going for a any PG course in any subject, either maths, I don't know about the chemistry or physics, there will be one language, that is C language, you have to learn. So, and that is the reason why they have included in the old syllabus here, that is your syllabus, in the form of computational physics and some elementary topics we are discussing, not entire language details we are discussing. But when you are entering into the PG, you will learn this. Hope in physics you will learn this, in mathematics you will learn this, even in computer science it is there already for using, even in electronics, the PG electronics. So the basic structure of a C language or a C programming language is given in this figure. I have drawn it, a simple figure with details here. So this is called as preprocessor statements, and then we have main global declarations. This is second, main with left and right parenthesis without writing anything. The curly braces, this is left and this is right. Declarations, statements and the user defined functions. This is a basic structure here. Once I have asked this in semester end examination, give the basic structure of C programming and explain it. So for 5 marks. I don't know about this semester. There is a rumor, students friend, those who are watching this video or everybody here, there is a rumor that this time the coming 6th sem as well as the remaining pending 5th sem exam they are going to conduct, and they want to conduct this examination in the form of multiple choice questions, MCQ questions. Maybe for 80 marks they will set 40 questions, each carries 2 marks. There is a rumor, yet they have to declare it. University has to announce it. They may notify it shortly. It's under discussion. If that is the case, we have to prepare. So anyway, normally we have to teach and you have to learn. You have to learn in detail. We have to teach in detail, and then we have to prepare for the exam. Whatever may be the mode, whether it is descriptive or multiple choice, we have to study. So we have to discuss this. As I remember, I asked this. You can find this question in old question paper, that is, give the basic structure of C program and explain it for 5 marks. Other day I have started, in earlier video I have started this. I thought that this is important and every student should know about this. So this is a diagram and we are explaining it gives the basic structure of C program. Basic structure of C program. We are going to discuss one by one here. So what is called as preprocessor statement. I'll write here preprocessor statements. I think I have ended earlier video here. See, this preprocessor statements begin with a symbol hash. These statements begins with a symbol hash and they are called as preprocessor directives. Preprocessor directives. See, the statements written with this hash, will take the examples here, called as preprocessor statements, and they are called as preprocessor directives. These statements written with hash, direct the processor, C processor, to include what is known as header file. And also some, say, symbolic constants. Some symbolic constants. I repeat here. These preprocessor statements, they begin with hash symbol. They are also called as preprocessor directives. The statement written with hash symbol or begins with hash symbol, they directs the C processor to include in the program header file. We'll go this header file and also some symbolic constants. Some of the preprocessor statements I will write here. So examples, this is, say, hash include, we have to write like this only, include, you have to write in this symbol, that is STDIO. STDIO. Let me confirm it. Yeah, it's not there. STDIO dot H. This is one statement called as header file. This is known as preprocessor directives or preprocessor statement. This header file we write the instruction include this header file already, which is there in the processor. You can say for this file that is known as header file for a standard input and output functions. What do you mean by input and output functions? When you are having some input to the input parameter in the program, and there will be some output in the sense print statement, display statement, and so on. Input, that is you are inputting some parameters, values, variable values. That includes, say here it is standard input, STD, standard input output. Dot H indicates here it is a header file. H indicates the header file. I'll take one more. Say include. This is maps dot H. We are using some mathematical operations like sine, cosine, trigonometric functions, integration, differentiation, and those will be included here. I'll give one more. Say this is include. Here it is, say test dot H. For the function of header file test to be tested some parameters. Say I will define a null that is 0, or I will define this that include this, say define, say pi symbol 0.142, that include symbolic constant. This is includes, say null constant. This is a test file, this is header file, this is standard input. These are called as preprocessor statements. Depending upon the user, a programming writer, he will write those required header files at the beginning as a component, as a part of C program, that is preprocessor statements. Let us go for the other component here. I'll rub this. What is called as here preprocessor statement. It's over. Now what is called as global declaration. Global declaration. We'll try to know about this global declaration. Fine. See, in C programming or any other programming, we have the variables, functions, and variables or functions whose existence is known in the main function here or in the main program. Variables or functions whose existence to be known in the main functions or other defined user-defined functions are called as global declarations. They are called as global variables, and their declaration, we have to declare them prior to using them in the program. Some of the variables we have to declare before we use them. We have to declare them at the beginning. You know, this is usual practice. Any new thing comes in the market, a product comes in the market, they will declare it, they will advertise it. The advertisement is nothing but they are declaring this is available, this is how it works, they show its a demo and other things. Similarly, for any variable which we are using in the program or a function using in the program, that variable must be declared prior to its usage. So it is declared in the declaration part of as a component of C programming, and that declaration is called as global declaration. Global declaration. And the declaration should be made before this component or a part known as main part. These are the parts of or components of C language here. Global declaration, it is the variables or functions whose existence is known in the main function or a main program. The other user defined functions are declared. The variables, you can call them as global variables, and their declaration is called as global declaration. We have another declaration part. I will come to that. This is in general or what is called as global declaration. And this global declaration should be done before the main part here. Main part. Preprocessor and global declaration should be done prior to the main function here. Hope you got this. Let us go for this part, what is known as main function. I'll write it here. This should be written in lower case, M-A-I-N, main, empty parenthesis. This. Okay, nothing should be written here. A space, white space, and then main. So, as the name itself indicates, the main function. This is, as its name itself indicates, it is the main function of every C program. Execution of a C program starts with this main function. I'll repeat. As the name itself indicates, this is the main function of every C program. However small the C program is, or however large the C program is, every program in C language, it begins with this, that is the main function here. Execution, the beginning of C program, what is called as execution of C program, begins with or starts with the main function here. say, without, no C program can be executed without this main function. No C program is executed without the main function here. This main function should be written in lower case only, that is using small letters. Function main should be written in lower case letters or using small letters with this parenthesis. Okay. This main function, look here, I have declared this global declaration, I have given semicolon, but this main function should not be terminated with semicolon. This is wrong. The main function should not be terminated with semicolon. This main function, what it does? We have talked about the main function. Every C program should have this. It start with the C program starts executing the C program with this main function. It can be written in lower cases only. This main function calls the other library functions or the user defined functions. It on its own calls the other defined functions or built-in library function in C processor in general. There must be only one main function in every C program. In every C program, there must be only one main function. Let me repeat this because it is an important component, main component, that is a main function. As the name itself suggests or indicates that this is a main function of every C program. Execution of C program starts with this main function. The main function should be written always in lowercase letters with empty parenthesis here with only one space. Empty parenthesis. No C program can be executed without the main function here. This main function invites, calls library functions, other user defined functions in the C program. Every C program should have only one main function. There will be only one main function and no repetition of it. No repetition of it. We cannot write it twice. If I call, say, writing a program for finding, say, area of a circle, we have to do this only once. Okay, that it starts with that. Hope you got this. Let's go for the other part here. I have written curly braces. This is one curly braces. Pair of curly braces is another component, another part of C program. Let us say something about the curly braces. I'll write here braces, B-R-A-C-E-S. Braces, there are two. Every C program uses pair of curly braces here. You can write about this in bracket, you can write curly braces here. The left brace indicates, that is here and here, this is left brace, indicates the beginning of every C program. Beginning of every C program of main function. Left brace indicates the beginning of the main function, which we write here. It indicates the beginning of main function, that is left brace. On the other hand, the right curly brace indicates the end of this main function. It is for the beginning, it is for the end of a program. These braces are also be used in user-defined function, that is beginning of a user-defined function and then end of a user-defined function. So this braces in between, they contains declaration parts, compound statements or several statements here. Hope you got this. Let us go for inside the braces, curly braces, that is, see, preprocessor, we came to know about this global declaration, what is its importance, what is the function of main function here, and then curly braces, that is left brace here, so, and the right brace, the beginning and the end. Let's go inside this. What is called as declaration? Okay. Declaration is a part of C program. Declaration is a part of C program where all the variables, arrays, functions, arrays are different concept. Variables, arrays, we are going to discuss about this. Variables, arrays, functions, etc. used in C program are declared in the declaration portion. Global declaration is different. Declaration inside the braces is different. These variables, say I will write area is a variable, string variable, or I will write only A, right? This A should be initialized, in the sense I want to have the, say, sum of n natural numbers. I want to write a program for sum of n natural numbers. To find the sum of n natural numbers, I have to confirm, or every user of C program should be confirmed. There will be a counter. You are entering the numbers, n natural numbers. So initial sum must be 0. I will call this as sum, and sum is equal to 0. Sum is a variable. Sum is a variable, and that variable I am declaring what type of variable, we'll see it in next article. Sum is a variable, I am declaring it in the declaration part, and I am initializing it with their data type, in the sense this sum, whether it is 0, it is an integer, or it is a real, whether it is a real number or an integer number, that should be declared here itself in the declaration part. This is about variables, arrays, functions to be declared in the declaration part. Now, we are talking about the statements. What are the statements? Statements in the sense, the instructions to the computer. Statements are nothing but the instructions given to the computer to perform a particular or a specific operation. Statements. The instructions given to the computer machine to perform a specific operation. These statements may be input statements, may be output statements, may be your arithmetic statement, addition, subtraction, may be a control statement or a decision making statement or any other statements. All the statements can be written and every statement should be terminated with semicolon. With semicolon. You can write many number of statements in a line, that is allowed in C program, but every statement should be terminated with semicolon here. In statement, sometimes we have to write the comment. Say, comment is nothing but some explanatory information to be typed or to be written in a C program to know about that statement. I write, say, a statement or an explanatory, that is a comment statement, should be written slash, then star. You have to write here, welcome to C language. I will complete this comment thus. Now this comment written cannot be, or it won't be compiled. It will be sent as it is without any compilation. Anything you can write a comment here. Say, you can write the program statement. I want to write, say, G is equal to, write a formula, say anything. Okay, P is equal to period of simple pendulum, 1 or G or some, any formula you can write, say, to find the value of acceleration due to gravity. Okay, period of simple pendulum or range of projectile. You can write that in a comment statement.